Hello, hello. Happy what is today? Tuesday. Today is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday, y'all. So today we're gonna talk about all about people what kind of mistake people can make in their in their marketing. And when I say so like things like social selling and stuff like that, like what I mean by that, how do you put everything together? Because at the end of the day, your job here, like if you're marketing your business of social, if you're not running paid ads, if the paid ads is not the main source of your leads, then you probably want to like you probably leveraging social media and like connecting with people on social media at some capacity. And with that, it's really important to be mindful of one mistake to avoid. And that mistake is watering down your messaging. You probably heard other coaches talk about it. So your messaging is important. Your messaging is important. Your messaging is important. Be clear who you're talking to. Be clear on your messaging. But not many coaches actually go ahead and explain. Because listen, when my coaches would tell me like something is wrong with your messaging, like I had no idea what they're talking about because nobody would sit down and explain it. And when it comes to your messaging can actually like you can make a mistake in your messaging in few different areas. So like the first area that a lot of entrepreneurs make a mistake is like for like not optimizing your profile, right? But even if your social media profile is fully optimized, still your messaging can be a little like can be confusing and can be not clear even in your profile. Because in order for your messaging to be clear, in order for everything to click, because like here's the thing, you know who you're helping, you know what problem you are solving, you know how you're solving that problem, who what and how. So you know that, so you know who you're targeting, you know what their pain point is. And if your profile doesn't reflect that clearly enough, who you help, how you help them, what the problem is, and why you are that solution, then your messaging can be like a little bit watered down. So all right, everybody, say hello in the chat. So like first of all, drop me in the chat, drop me in the chat plus or one if you know what social selling is. Drop me one or plus in the chat if you know what social selling is. And if you don't know what social selling is and it's the first time you're hearing about social selling, drop comment, explain social selling, because I really want to know, I really want to speak um, in a way that everybody understands what I mean. Everybody understands what I mean. So let me know like if you know what social selling is, just drop one. And if you don't know what social selling is and need a little bit more explanation, like drop in the comment and drop in the comments, explain social selling. And I hope LinkedIn will work well this time around. So but let me tell you a little story, right? I think in when we talk about mistakes, when we talk about entrepreneurial journey, it's easier to give you an example from my personal entrepreneurial journey, from my clients, and like what I see out there, so it's a little bit more clear for you. So like first of all, like when I started putting myself out there, I was very concerned with like content pillars, like making sure that my profile optimized enough, making sure that like I do like all the right thing, so my content will be pushed to in the algorithms, right? But what I was missing, like first of all, it's really easy to start coming copying somebody else. It's really like you see the profile that you like really much. You see a coach, maybe it's your coach, maybe it's somebody else that you really admire and say, like, I just want to be like them. And you start copying them. But when you start copying them, here's the thing. Like, first of all, like, you don't know what is actually working. You don't know what is actually working, and you don't know what they're actually doing. Because, for example, in my business, time to time I run experiments. I don't know if that particular thing that I'm doing is going to work. I, like every entrepreneur, time to time runs an experiment. Also, you don't know what is the full effort behind the thing that uh, bigger entrepreneurs are doing online. So, like, when you copying them, like, first of all, when you copying them, you might copy it in a way that speaks to their audience, but not yours, because your audience can be a little bit more unique. So instead of copying somebody else, you need, like, first and foremost, you need to survey your audience and ask your audience, what is the problem? What is the problem? Because for us, it is so easy. For entrepreneurs, it is we're so in love with our solution. We're so passionate about helping others. We're so confident in our way that we think that other people who would use our services, they would say, like, you know what, yes, I need that solution. But in fact, not a lot of people in your audience might be even aware that they have that problem. They might not even aware that they have that problem, and they may not even use the language that you're using to describe that problem. So you're talking about something else, like they're thinking about something else. They might even like and interact with your content in a way, right? They might like and interact with your content in a way, but there is a disconnect because they don't think that you're talking about their problem. But your thing, like your job with your social media, with your social selling, is really to, like, first of all, to help people to diagnose what the problem is. If you're solving a problem for that person, you need to improve your communication level in your social selling, in your social media, on your profile, in your content, in your live streams, like in your in the stuff that you post on social, that you speak directly to those people, that people can really identify, like, oh yeah, like he's talking about my problem. He's talking about my problem, right? Like, this is like that, like this is number one. Number two, is well, let me tell you about number one. So I stopped doing content pillars in my business, right? I used to do, like, so, like, you probably heard, like, about content pillars, that you have to post something about yourself, maybe Monday for motivation, maybe Tuesday for education, on Wednesday you can sell, on Thursday you nurture, on Friday you, like, put some sort of, like, personal stuff, like, in Saturday or on Sunday you may or may not post. But if you post, don't post anything serious. Post something lighthearted, right? Because it is the weekend. I stopped following that. Instead, my content pillars are based on the level of awareness of my customers, of my audience. My job with my content, to guide them through help them to diagnose the problem. First of all, help them to diagnose the problems, that say, hey, if you're not getting enough leads, if you're not converting enough clients that you want, the problem probably with your messaging. The problem probably with you can be with your messaging. Or if you're doing like the content, and you still, like the pieces are not connecting together, and you know that you know the strategies, or you think that you might know the strategies, but something is not connecting. The problem the problem might lie in your social selling system. Something is incongruent. something is not connecting. Something is not connecting with your launch. Something is not connecting how you interact with your audience and build your community. Something is not right. So, like for me, once I switch the attention from content pillars to the levels of awareness, and these are my content pillars, right? Even though I might post something personal, I use storytelling. I tell people about myself. Right now, for example, like right now, I'm telling you, like, that was my mistake. But I was chasing the wrong thing. I was changing the wrong thing. I was acting more like a content creator versus like a content marketer. That was my problem. That was my problem, y'all. So after that, when I started focusing more on the level of awareness, I started like examining my content and really asking myself, what type of content am I posting? Is it just a how to content? Is it just like, do I tell people what to do, or do I teach? Do I inspire people what to think? Because people don't like to be told what to do, y'all. But people will inspire by how to think. People will be inspired by how to think. And also, like I was talking to somebody like literally today in the DMs, and we were talking about different sales systems, different sales approaches. And I mentioned Challenger sales model because Challenger sales model is not just a sales, it's not just a framework for a sales conversation, right? You can incorporate in your social selling. You challenge the beliefs, you educate, strategically educate your prospect or your audience on the problem that you are solving, and you are leading them to your solution, not with your solution. You basically, you calculate the risk, you do the work, and you basically your the whole process, your content, your sales calls, your consultations, like they turn into very value based educational model, when even though your objective is actually convert, you deliver a lot of value, and you provide a lot of like aha moments for your customer. And this is goes beyond the relationship building, because you act like your customer, even if they at the end of the day they walk away and they say not right now or not for me, they have very like they make very educational like educated decision why they're not doing that. So um how what other ways you can water down your messaging when it comes to your marketing, when it comes to your social selling? The lack of urgency, and the lack of urgency goes both ways. The lack of urgency goes in your when people don't feel that it is urgent, people not gonna make a decision. When people don't think that something is urgent, they're not going to make a decision until until you discover that urgency with your solution, why this should be urgent for your customer, what they're actually losing by not implementing your solution. Until you discover that urgency, y'all, it's gonna be really hard for your clients, for your audience to make a decision until you like and uh here's the thing, right? Like when it comes to urgency, um the second piece of urgency is sometimes we as entrepreneurs might lack urgency as well. We might treat our businesses like it's something secondary. Oh, like I need to do first X, Y, and Z, and then I will focus on my business. I need to do something else before I commit. I need to figure out X, Y, and Z before I commit to my business. So let me tell you something. The reason why my business is working, and like when I say my business is working, I'm not saying it's just like I don't have challenges. I'm saying my business is working because I'm working on my business. And sometimes my business is working on me to making me better entrepreneur, making me a better person, making me a better solution provider and problem solver. And when I become that version of myself for my business, then my business starts working for me. But it's because I have urgency. I want my business to succeed like yesterday. And urgency, it's a big thing. And like until you figure out what is the urgency for your customer. For example, let's say you work with, like, let's say you, I don't know, an example, you mindset coach and you help people with, like, I don't know, anxiety, for example. What is the urgency to actually address your anxiety? It can be paralyzing. It can be paralyzing in your career, in your business, in your personal life. What is the cost of inaction for that? Lost opportunities. I'm a former clinical psychologist, and based on numerous conversations with my clients, I can tell you many people would cancel job interviews, would cancel appointments with clients, would cancel dates because of the anxiety. It's debilitating, y'all. And this is like urgency level, like levels, like level one, level zero, because it directly affects you, right? Like this is the urgency. What is the urgency to build your business now? Because money loves speed. Because the more you find excuses not to build your business, not to commit, not to move forward, the farther away you're gonna be from your goals. That's the urgency. Like that's the urgency piece. And like the third thing is the imposter syndrome. And let me put a little bit spin on that. When we talk about imposter syndrome, I think a lot of entrepreneurs, they have this trust in AI, artificial intelligence, and they trust the AI more than they trust themselves. And this is a blind spot for our industry right now, for coaches, for service providers. This is a blind spot for us right now, y'all. Because if we trust technology better than we listen, on the one hand, I'm not knocking AI. You should use AI and you should be able to use the AI and you should know how to use AI. It's like at this point it's essential. And this point is essential. If you want to build a business in 2024, moving forward, like and be successful at it, so like you need to figure out how to use your AI in your business. You have to use AI because AI will not replace you. AI will not replace necessarily your services, but people who know AI and people who know AI better, they will replace you. That's the fact. Like the same thing for my uh coaching clients in my career coaching program. Well, sometimes they would ask, so what about AI? Like, well, what about it? How do you make it, like how do you make the AI to amplify your voice as a subject matter expert, as a solution provider? The same thing for coaches, the same thing for solution providers, the same thing for service providers, because we often put our trust that AI uh, write better content, that AI will write a better email, a better follow up, that sometimes we just blindly start copying that. And like this is a danger, y'all. This is a danger, y'all, because like when you're releasing your messaging to the AI, to the technology, and you're not in control of your messaging, the technology gets to this point when it's very easy to replicate you, indeed. And the more you trust the technology, the more loose you are with your messaging, the more loose you are with your messaging, then then easier it is to to create a replica to replicate you, because at this point, like these are the so like let me give you a little bit educational course on AI. So like what is AI? AI studies models, right? Models based on like conversations, based on data was inputted. So you input enough data in the AI, and like you didn't tweak, you didn't correct anything, you just use the same thing, and the machine learns like it must be the best thing that I could provide. This is the yep, check. Yeah, like this is how it's supposed to be done. And when you trust that more than you trust yourself, then you have a problem. Then your solution, your messaging, is just a few prompts away to chat GPT, to another AI, generative AI tool, that you can just go ahead and replicate that. And that's the problem. So like why I'm telling you that, not that you shouldn't use that, you should use it. Money loves speed. Okay. And right now, like with AI, you can solve a lot of problems in your business that will take a long time. For example, I use AI for my short clips. I use AI for um some of my content, but even for my emails and even for my content, I change my strategy, because at some point I figure, like I noticed that the message is watering down. I rather write less. I rather write it a little bit raw and authentic, rather than the whole lot of the whole paragraph, but it's just a lot of fancy words, um um uh fancy formatted messages, but it doesn't actually deliver, it doesn't actually speak to anyone. So I use it to make it faster, but also like you should watch this at some point. Like, I should probably do like a working live stream when I'm working with AI. I sometimes I give it a really hell of a time, because the messaging is not clear, or like the wording is not clear, and sometimes it's just easier to do it myself. And sometimes I just take the ideas and rewrite it in my very unique way. And in a way, like, because I was talking to one of my mentee, and he said like, what are you talking about? Like, I would use AI for everything, and it never let me down. Like, yes, because your messaging is too generic. It can't let you down. Like, you speak like Chat GPT right now. And right now, normal humans, they start figuring it out, because like it's the same style, those the same big words, the same like fancy, like the same fancy style that you might use. So at some point your clients will figure it out. So, and my invitation for you today is to trust yourself, trust your expertise, trust what you actually know, because your knowledge, your expertise, your authenticity, this is something that cannot be faked, and not right, at least not right now. At least not right now. Like when we tackle another problem, we're going to talk about how to tackle that problem. But like as of right now, you have a chance to amplify your voice versus just to sound like everybody else. And when you like, again, I cannot stress it enough. When you trust AI to write your content, to give you ideas, to um, um give your follow-ups, like you're gonna sound very very generic, because AI operates on generic data models. It will try to personalize it into yourself, but if you don't know yourself, if you just stick to the surface level, you get surface level answers. Tony Robbins, it's that wonderful quote: learn how to ask better questions. And I will tell you, learn how to give better prompts, because the more accurate, the more precise you are, the more the more on point you are with your messaging, when you are working with technology, the better outcome you will get. It's not going to be generic. It's going to be on point. It's going to speak to your customer, and it's going to sound like you gonna deliver, you gonna transfer that voice to your customer, and that what matters. So um let me know in the comments. Let me know in the comments. Like, first of all, what resonates with you? What resonates with you? What did you learn today? Did you learn anything today? Like, let me know what was useful and what resonated with you. Like, number one. Number two, tell me about um how you amplify technology in AI to amplify your messaging. So, because I also want us to learn from each other, and I also want us to get a lot of value from each other and network. And by the way, like, as you're networking, like, go through the comments, go through the reaction, and connect with everybody and start building community. Because like, my platform w- always will be a networking platform where entrepreneurs, professionals, and like-minded people can connect with each other. So, um, as you're typing your questions, as you're typing your reflection, my invitation for you, I'm running a challenge. Get Aligned Clients Now challenge is going to be at the end of March. And on that challenge, I'm going, like, it's 5-day challenge. I'm going to guide you how to put together a messaging a message that like converts, that can help you to sell your program, that converts, and that attracts aligned clients to your business. We're going to talk about social selling, like how to amplify your voice on social media, how to connect all pieces together, because sometimes entrepreneurs think that launch is one piece, interacting with DMs and selling in DMs, it's totally, and it's another thing. Posting content and nurturing my audience is a third thing. And when nothing is connecting, when your everyday content is not connecting with your launch, when your launch is not connecting with your nurturing sequels, when your DMs are not connecting with your messaging that you are putting out there in your live streams, in your launches, in your content, then we have a problem. And this is why I put together a challenge, 5-day challenge. So you can learn essential skills, how to convert clients now, how to deliver your message, how to be crystal clear. Because listen, you can optimize your LinkedIn. It's very easy to do. It's not a lot of work. You can optimize your Instagram. You can figure out how to do YouTube. You can figure out how to do social media. All algorithms are hackable. All of them. All algorithms are hackable. You and you can figure out Instagram. People figure out Instagram like every single day. I literally today spoke with another coach with successful business on Instagram with a lot of followers and good profit margin. So you can figure out how to work LinkedIn. I know people who make money on LinkedIn, but most importantly, no Instagram, no Facebook, no LinkedIn, nothing will work well if your communication level is struggling, if your messaging is struggling. That's why I put together a challenge. So to register for the challenge, you can either go to my bio and click the link, or click the link in the comments. So the registration link is there. The registration link is there. Also, this time around, like, first of all, can I be a little more vulnerable with you, y'all? Can I be a little bit more vulnerable with you? I have never done a challenge. I would do live streams. I would do like more educational content. I have never done a challenge. This is the first time I'm running a challenge. So register for my challenge. Also, this time around, I'm doing massive giveaways, massive bonuses. Because here's the thing, I was thinking about, there are so many people who are not ready to make a decision and bet on themselves and on their businesses and make difference in their lives, that I decided, like, you know what? I'm going to invest my money and I'm going to reward those people who say yes to themselves. So I'm going to run a lot of bonuses in my challenge, so you don't want to miss that. And definitely I want to reward my decision makers, people who are ready to bet on themselves, people who are ready to go to the next level, people who care, people who are ready to act. Because listen, money loves speed. Money loves speed. Like with the same with my business, I didn't think when I started my business, I didn't think if I was ready. I was not ready when ended up in the situation that it was a choice between whether run my business and grow my business. I hate word scale, because until you grow your business, until there's something there, there's nothing to scale. At that point, I needed to grow my business. So I had a choice to either grow my business or get stuck in the job search. And I start checking in with my why. And my why is to create more impact. My why is to help people to break financial threshold in both areas, in entrepreneurship and in career. This is why I started doing that, because I want I want people to break generational curses of being in need, being in a position when there's lack, when there's not enough. And I want to, and I want people to create generational blessings and live an abundant life, have impactful business, have impactful careers. That's why I started doing that. And so I had to make a decision. No, I was not ready 100% then, but I said best yes to myself. And and it's not just like, oh, like I enroll in another coaching program. No, I said yes to myself and I started working on my business. Yes, I was in a coaching program because I rather have a coach. I'd rather have somebody who will lead me, right? And I rather lead other leaders, because every leader might have a blind spot. We all have blind spots. That's why we have rear view mirrors on our cars, so we can check our blind spots, that we can safely make transitions. And that's what coaching does. It helps you to check your blind spots, y'all. So register for my challenge. I can't wait to see you. So like when you register a challenge, first of all, you will be invited to my group. I will send you the link to my private LinkedIn group. Some of you received in the invitation to my private LinkedIn group. It's a challenge group, so I will post details about my challenge. And also for people who register for my challenge, you're gonna have after the public presentation, we're gonna hang out and we're gonna answer your questions privately. Who will jump on Zoom if you need more detailed answer, if you need more detailed strategy, I will give it to you. All right. Well, thank you everybody who joined for my live stream today. I appreciate each and every one of you. Um, as always, drop your thoughts, drop your questions in the comments if you're watching it on the replay. If you have questions about what I do and how I can help your coaching business, your service-based business, my DMs are open. Feel free to send me a DM at any time. I will return you during normal business hours. Thank you very much. But like in all seriousness, if you would like to work with me, um if you're thinking like, you know what, like, yes, I need to fix my messaging, I need to figure out how to leverage technology, how to make my message unique and crystal clear to my customer, send me a DM and we can work together. All right, thank you so much, and I will see you actually tomorrow. We like, yo, like, don't go yet. Tomorrow we are doing live training. live training for like sell by chat. It's going to be on audio room. So come tomorrow, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you have not received an invitation for me from me, so like go to my page, go to the events, and like go ahead and put it on your calendar, because tomorrow I'm gonna give you step by step training how to sell by chat. Because a lot of entrepreneur, like I have a lot of conversations with y'all, and a lot of entrepreneurs, they're handling sales conversations via DMs are so wrong, so wrong. And tomorrow we're gonna fix it. All right. Thank you so much, all. I will talk to you tomorrow at 4. In the meantime, in between time, let me know if you have any questions. If you want to work together, my DMs are open. See you there.